numb the throat out, because in case we're gonna be doing this for more than an hour. No,
we wouldn't be having this conversation if you were roided up, my friend. You'd just be smashing
we
things.
would have been, Andre smash.
Literally. You wouldn't like me when I'm Andre.
In case you were thinking, how tall is this? So that's how tall it is, right?
Wait, say that number again?
92,850.
Now I have it perfect in my mind.
Yeah,
yes.
you can see it now. You just look up and it's like, what's with all the squirrels?
That's a lot of squirrels, and they're all standing perfectly tail to nose.
Three, two, one. Welcome to the Billy and Andre Show. This is Andre, and I'm here with Billy.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Oh, how are you doing, bud?
I'm doing fine. I have had a productive day. I don't know about you. My day was fairly productive. Did you do anything today?
Absolutely nothing.
Oh, good.
It was great. It's the beauty of recording on my days off is I can be like, go to the gym or not go to the gym. And because I felt ill the last couple of days, again, I decided not to go because I did want to breathe, because I prefer to breathe. Apparently, it helps you keep you alive.
Yeah.
It's good for you, apparently, if you breathe.
It is, apparently.
So
I thought you said a completely different word there. I'm not going to go into
oh,
what
as
it
in
was.
breathe.
I thought you, yeah.
As in reproduce.
I thought, I was just like, okay, I did not know you were doing that. Thanks for letting me know.
Oh, no. I will not expose myself to the internet. But
You don't think it's weird though? Like, you know, whenever like a couple comes up to you, it's like, oh, we're trying for children. It's like, oh yeah, thanks for announcing to the world that you're just barebacking it just all day and all night. Like, thanks for that lovely insight.
On schedule, right?
Yeah.
It has to be like there's specific moments when it's the best thing to do is to do that.
Yeah. I've got an ovulation tracker. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you. I'm here about my car.
Yeah, can I get my keys, pick my car up? Thank you very much. I do not want to be here for all of that stuff. I hope it's not gonna be in your schedule in the next 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's not a good way to start this. It's not even close to what we're gonna talk about today.
No, it's not, but it's good anyway.
Yeah, well, we went there.
Yeah, we've both had good days. I think that's what we can sum up from that conversation.
It was good. Coughing off a lung and all that.
Oh,
beautiful things.
Yeah, you're feeling better now, though. That's
I feel great. I mean, after if you put enough medication into me, I feel phenomenal. Like, it's like as long as the medication is nice and strong, I literally just had some. I thought, numb the throat out, because in case we're gonna be doing this for more than an hour.
Yeah, but just for reference, everybody, the hardcore medication he's talking about is Lemsip. It's Lemsip.
It's off-brand Lemsip because it's stronger.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's strong Lemsip, so it's Lemsip
enough.
with a serious opinion.
You know, I don't know if I ever told you this. I literally never take any sort of medication at all. If I get a headache, I will not touch any painkillers.
Just null your way through it.
I'm just numbing my way through it because I don't know where I read this or somebody told me this, but this got ingrained into my brain, being that the more medication you take throughout your life until you reach a certain age, you build a higher tolerance to the certain said medication. Probably it's not true, but it got ingrained into my brain so badly at this point. I think that is rules.
Yeah,
I will not take anything if I don't have to. I mean, if it doesn't kill me and it's like a migraine with pain behind both eyes and you can't see colors, that's when I probably take something.
When you start going blind, that's probably a good time to take some medication.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah, it should.
It should. Yeah. Now I have a similar story. Like, my dad told me once, he never like tried to force this into my head or anything, but he told me once, if you're taking pain medication, you don't know your body doesn't know how much worse that injury is getting. So don't think if you've got a bad ankle that you can just take some paracetamol and go out and play football because
you're numb.
Yeah, so you're gonna make it worse, and you're not gonna know about it until later.
Funny enough, the guys at the gym I go to, I had the period where I was training a bit harder than I should have, because I wanted muscle growth and I wanted to get stronger and whatever. And
get that beef.
Yeah, you need to get so I was taking creatine, which helps your recovery. So that's basically 3 days later, you actually get the benefits of creatine because it's all the moisture in your muscles, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, and I was taking ibuprofen for inflammations because what your muscle does every single time you work out and you work out really hard, your muscles get inflamed because you literally breaking down the muscles so they can come back stronger.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, I really hope you're not taking ibuprofen before coming to the gym. If you are doing that, can you stop? Because you do not know how badly you can injure yourself. Because you could be like I probably already told you, I have an issue with my shoulders, right? There's a little muscle inside of the shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
I pulled it about 3 years ago. It never came back, as in recovered. So what I do, I work out to make every other muscle around it stronger so I don't feel pain in the little itsy bitsy muscle that's in there.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like that's the solution for it.
That makes sense.
So I probably pulled it when I was taking ibuprofen before going to the gym.
Oh.
So now if I take ibuprofen before going to the gym, I might hurt that little muscle again and not be able to bench for like 3 months again.
Yeah, and you might have to go get, like, depending on the injury, you might end up getting surgery or something.
Oh, it's not surgery. It's even worse. It's steroids.
Oh, God.
Like, literally takes a big-ass syringe full of steroids, injects you in there 3 times, 170 pounds a shot.
Oh.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
That's
it's
a
like,
lot for a single shot.
But it's pure steroids just to make that
yeah,
one little muscle strong. But still, I don't want steroids. I'm all natural.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I would never accuse you of doing steroids for fun. That would be...
Yeah, no. Not
we wouldn't be having this conversation if you were roided up, my friend. You'd just be smashing
we
things.
would have been, Andre smash.
Literally. You wouldn't like me when I'm Andre.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Red Andre. We're going to talk about communism at some point today.
I know,
so it's
right?
great. So
Red things.
That's actually, it's like...
Speaking of the topic, shall we actually get into it now? Because
do you want to go into the topic?
Yeah, I should inform you, gentle listeners, that I'm a little bit intimidated right now because Andre has got his laptop and he says that he's got extensive notes on this. So
no, they're not extensive notes. They're notes sort of that we can talk about.
Of an extensive nature?
They are. Well, we're going to do it the same thing that we did last time when I did an episode, right?
Cool.
We're going to do a top 5. And then the actual tall building we're going to talk about today. Oh, by the way, this is the episode that Andre talks about squirrels and buildings.
Yeah.
So it's not another squirrel one. But the building we're going to talk about it. It's quite tall, but it's not even top 5.
No.
But I'm going to give you a top 5.
Hit me with the top 5. Top 5 tallest buildings? Go.
Top 5 tallest building at the moment. So the list, top 3 are completely finished, built, as they're completely built. The other ones, they're not built because, well, the other 2, they're not completely finished because different factors. But I'll try to get into the little different factors of those ones. All right. Go. Shall we start? Shall I?
Go for it.
All right. Cool. So, top 5 from my top 5 list. It's Golden Finance 117, also known as China 117 Tower. You heard of that one?
Yeah, it's big.
So it's 597 meters tall.
Wow.
If you can't wrap your head around 597, it's like this is
that's
everybody
half a kilometer, but up basically.
Pretty much half a kilometer up. But if you don't, even that's confusing. It's 92,850 red squirrels tall. So in case you were thinking, how tall is this? So that's how tall it is, right?
Wait, say that number again.
92,850.
Now I have it perfect in my mind.
Yeah,
yes.
you can see it now. You just look up and it's like, what's with all the squirrels?
That's a lot of squirrels, and they're all standing perfectly tail to nose.
Yeah.
That's a lot of squirrels.
Yeah. No, they're not tail to nose, Billy. That would be ridiculous. They're all sitting on each other's shoulders.
Oh, okay.
So it's each squirrel sitting on the other squirrel's shoulders.
Okay, that's good to know because you need to discount the head height.
Yeah, because you don't calculate that because just the tail itself on a red squirrel, it's about 20 centimeters.
Right.
And a body of a red squirrel is about 20 centimeters. I use 20. It says 20 to 24, so I just went 20 because it's more realistic. It's realistic, yeah. Like me, I'm an average size guy, even though I'm really short. So it's perfect, right? So about this building, it's one of the reasons. Well, it's not a sole reason why China doesn't build any more over 500-meter tall buildings in China.
Yeah,
because they're building them really poorly.
Oh, right, I see.
So they're estimating that this skyscraper will never be finished.
Oh, wow, really?
Because China's like, no. They actually reached, as a project, the project estimated to when it's finished to be 597 meters. But
At the
It's
moment,
at 500 now.
It's just capped there.
It's at 500,
like,
and
nah.
they're like, no, you're not allowed to do it anymore. So it's basically an unfinished sort of skyscraper, but it looks like it's finished.
Oh, I'm sure
But
it looks
isn't.
lovely.
It isn't, which is hilarious because, Chinese people.
Speaking of like interesting things with unfinished buildings, do you know why buildings in like apartment blocks in Greece used to have rebar sticking out the top of them?
I know because I used to live in that side of the world.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Because they were hoping to build another layer to the house.
That's what they told the government. The thing is, in Greece, at least in mainland Greece, I'm not sure about Cyprus, but in mainland Greece at least, if you had if your building was not finished yet, you didn't have to pay property taxes on it. So,
no.
Yeah, that's apparently what they used to do.
Well, that goes on my list. I can't type anything because it's gonna come.
I'll stick it. I'll stick it on a list.
Can you put it on? I really want to look into that. That's hilarious. If
I
that's
know,
the case.
right? It was one of the things that screwed them over in 2008 when they had that big economic problem because they changed the law. So all of a sudden, everyone was like, "Oh no, I have to pay property taxes on all these buildings."
I cannot understand how you don't pay property tax.
Hey, it was just part of the law at the time, man. I mean,
that's hilarious.
That's Greece for you.
Going to number 4.
Number 4.
It's called the clock towers, as in plural.
Really?
So it's a complex of 7 skyscrapers in Makkah, Saudi Arabia. The tallest tower of this one's it's at 601 meters. And again, if you can't realize, you can't wrap your head around 601 meters. That's 30,050 squirrels tall.
Oof,
that's a lot of squirrels,
that's
right?
A lot of squirrels.
And it's only gonna get bigger. So I looked into what this building's previous building. It's not used for anything. It's not finished. No, nobody's using that building.
So it's like that massive building.
They literally just build it and they can't use it. If you go into it and you read a little bit further down, also they don't allow them. The fire brigade do not give them permits.
Really?
There's a whole thing, right? They kind of be like,
so it's like a health and safety nightmare, but
pretty much
500 meters tall and in
yeah,
China.
it's just there. It's just there. It's hilarious, right?
This is why every once in a while you'll get a news story from China where it's like this man who like built so many buildings and is like a Chinese billionaire. He got arrested for lying to the government.
Have you not seen the videos on the internet where they just have these guys in their brand new flats and the outside layers of the building just fall apart, or where it's supposed to be like white bricks, it just crumbles when you grab it with your hand.
Really?
Have you not seen those videos?
China?
This is from China. It's ridiculous. Funny thing in China that happens, if you don't sell your land to the Chinese government, if they want to build a highway, they literally build a highway around your house and they just encase your house in a highway.
I've seen that kind of thing. They do that in Egypt.
What are they doing? Like, this is ridiculous, man. Yeah. I mean, why are you not selling, first of all? Because they can kill you at any point.
Yeah, they've got a gun literally to your head.
Pretty much. So why would you just sell it and be over with? Be like, okay, take it. Just give me something else.
Yeah, just like, I accept your offer, Grand Communist Party. Thank you,
thank
dear
you
leader.
So much. Yeah. Thank you so much.
A small shack in the Xinjiang province? Yes.
Okay, going back, number 4, the clock towers. So if you look at this one, it's like it's like one big skyscraper and then there's another 6 little ones around it. It's all hotels.
Really?
It looks beautiful. Like, I really like the way it looks.
Mecca.
The Mecca one, yeah.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Fun fact, I think it's about 400 meters away is the biggest mosque in the world.
Oh, the Great Grand Mosque or something it's called?
Yep, it's there right next to it.
Is that the one with the cube? Is that the one with the cube that everyone goes around, or is that a different place?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let's not go there because we don't know enough about it.
No, we don't. We'll just make some shit up and annoy people.
And that culture is it tends to get really upset with people really quickly. So
I'm sure someone in the comments section will elaborate on how awesome Mecca is.
They won't. Nobody comments on these things. Why are you people not commenting? I need to argue with someone. Billy is itching to argue with someone. Can somebody please argue with Billy? Because I'm sick of arguing just me with Billy. That's how I made this podcast, so I can stop arguing with Billy. Can somebody please?
It didn't work, pals. It didn't work. So this is all like this giant tower is all the two towers.
It's all hotels. I think it's hotels that they built for Mecca.
Because pilgrimage, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and then it's like, well, money.
Yeah, it's also, money.
Yeah. Money.
They have lots of crazy buildings in Saudi Arabia, man. Like,
oh, yeah, they do. Well, there's 2 more, which are both sort. Well, no, just the one. Never mind. Going to number 3. Shanghai Tower in Pong, Shanghai.
Nice.
I heard a pop in that one. That is a hard word to say, not to pop on the thing, which is 120 stories tall, which comes to 632 meters tall. And if you still can't wrap your head around that,
I cannot.
I have to say.
I cannot visualize it in any other medium.
So that is 31,600 squirrels. The anticipation of me saying that. I was hoping you to just be like, is that squirrels? Square.
Well, at this point, it was like, you just throw me a curveball and it's actually like porcupines or something like that.
No.
So 31,000
I should have
squirrels.
done that.
Oh, once, maybe. Oh, I've spoiled it now. I can't do it now.
I can't do it now. Oh.
I have destringed your bow on that one, Andre.
Okay. This one's a bit boring, as in nothing happened around it. They actually built it in time.
Oh, so
boring.
So
it's
efficient.
Basically just office space and hotel space. It's nothing fun about it.
So there's not even like a giant, ballroom or something.
No, just boring stuff.
I'm surprised by that actually, because Shanghai is like famously like the cultural center of China. It has been for thousands of years.
This is just the tallest building they have there.
Yeah, I suppose there's probably lots of like really cool theaters and stuff, but they're all like
they're probably not there. But because there were a whole bunch who built it and stuff, I'm like, this is boring. I don't want to read that out loud.
Yeah.
So I just skipped over it.
Yeah, a construction project that goes well. How boring.
That's so boring. I'm gonna destroy the name of the next one. I looked at the pronunciation and I couldn't do it, and I tried it a few times and I'm like, just butcher it. So at number 2 is Mardeka 118. It's 118 stories tall.
Oh really? Was this also from China?
Oh, it's Malaysia, this one.
Oh.
So it's sort of in that sort of area. It's at 678.9 meters tall.
Damn.
If you can't see it, once more, it's 33,950 red squirrels tall.
So almost 34K. We're almost up.
Almost. The next one up, the number 1, it's a little bit way over it. So this one it's office space, hotel, retail outlets, and has the biggest observation deck in South Asia.
Observation deck.
As in you can see the town all around.
Oh, right. So just a glass bit. Yeah.
Probably on the highest. I would imagine it would be on the highest floor. And
or
they did the whole
some way up.
Some way up. So it has the biggest one, is the highest one. So wow, great.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's pretty cool.
I'm sure Shanghai is lovely to look at. When there isn't a smog. And you can just look out and see all of. It must be really, really beautiful.
It might have been, yeah, maybe.
Was that the one that? No, that was Hong Kong. No, I was just thinking, was that the giant building that Batman jumped off in The Dark Knight? But I'm pretty sure that was in Hong Kong. So
it might have been. Well, it's not on my list because that would have been a fun fact about the building.
That would have been a fun fact.
And coming at number 1,
it's the obvious one.
Still from 2008, and it's. Fun fact about this one is it's so tall because like the last 10 meters is just a big antenna.
Yeah.
But they counted it in. That's why I say with the total height, not just the building, it's a total height because that's what they're saying. It's the Burj Khalifa. Yay!
What is actually done in the Burj Khalifa though?
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Okay, cool. Obviously in Dubai, in the United Arab Emirates, built by petrol because they have so much disposable income.
Slavery, don't forget that.
Oh, we can never forget that.
Never forget the slavery.
Never forget that.
Never forgive them for what they've done.
No, they would never. Well, these are the same people that are building that strip of land that we talked about last time. Did we talk about?
Yeah, like the ones that look like the World Islands or the palm trees with the sand.
They have more money than sense. They could, invest into healthcare, invest into anything else that is helpful for humanity. I don't know, build a massive space station.
Build a sewer system, because they never did that.
Build a sewer system. That's a great idea.
Actually, I tell a lie. They might have built one in the last few years.
So no, in the Burj Khalifa, they're still pumping out trucks and trucks and trucks of sewage.
That's
they literally
really
all the sewage comes into trucks and goes away.
If you've never seen photos of this, people, I suggest you look them up.
I think it was every morning at 5 o'clock. There's just trucks and trucks of shit. Literally trucks of shit. You can not make this shit up.
No, literally, it was that much shit. It's ridiculous.
So the total height, with the total height, and again I emphasize
with the antenna.
With the antenna, it's 829.8 meters.
Ooh, that's way ahead of all the other
It's
ones.
exactly. It's like they went up, and obviously they didn't have building permits and all of that kind of things to
And
worry
they had all
about.
the slaves they could eat. So.
Well, what, dude? You're really leaning into that one.
Sorry, man, it got to be said. You
Okay.
can't really build stuff like that without slavery. Ask the Egyptians.
So, oh wow, wow.
What, the pyramids, man?
Yeah. I got it. Okay. So that one comes at 41,450 red squirrels, which never been enslaved. These are just, I am not enslaving these squirrels, just to make sure, because you were kind of emphasizing this, like it starts to look bad on me. I am not enslaving these squirrels. This is fictional squirrels, Billy. Okay? I am just talking about squirrels.
If you would learn how to tame like squirrels, then you'd end up being like that guy in that film who could like psychically control rats. You'd end up like being too powerful for your own good. If
But
you
the
could
Piper
enslave
guy.
No, not the Piper guy. That film, it had Marty McFly's dad in it, Crispin Glover. I think it was called Willard or something, like Wilfred or something like that. But
Actually, I have not seen that movie.
It's basically imagine Psycho with like the kind of crazy guy trapped with his mother who's like in ill health and shouts at him constantly.
Okay.
But imagine that guy, but he can control rats
Okay.
because for some reason rats are his friends. It's a weird movie. It's Crispin Glover. It's usually weird, but it's a really weird movie.
Okay.
Anyway, prospective squirrel slavery aside, 41,000 squirrels. Is that where we're up to?
Well, we said 41,450. 450 squirrels is a lot.
That's still a lot. Yeah, that's still like an average like house. I'm guessing like 450 squirrels.
Would you like me to work it out?
Oh yeah, please do. Like.
Can you make me work it out?
Maybe this will help us visualize even further the amount of squirrels that we're talking about.
So wait, no, I worked out 18 meters is 90 squirrels.
18 meters, so that's is that about 2 stories?
I think so.
I'd reckon that's about 2 stories.
It's about 2 stories.
Yeah, so...
Don't make me work that out. Okay, that's fine. I will start a wiki page, Andre's Squirrel Estimations.
Yes, please. Please start that as a wiki. I need to see that in my life, man.
I want to see people fight me about my squirrel estimations.
You're like, no. The legs do not count because they're wrapped round the shoulders of the reds.
They're not, actually. See, you're already wrong.
Oh, so they're standing on...
They're standing on each other.
Okay.
That's why, because their little heads, it's about 2 centimeters, and that's the size of their little feet. So as the little feet go on the shoulders, you don't calculate that. That's why it's 20 centimeters.
Right, so it all perfectly slots together like a big squirrel
Exactly.
jigsaw.
Exactly.
Okay.
And you have to find the right squirrels with the right size head and the right size feet to put them in together. This is not easy, Billy. This is hard work, putting squirrels together.
I want you to come out with like, a Jenga, like not a Jenga, like a Connect set where you can it's just squirrels and you
That's
snap
part
them
of
together
the
to make
merch, Billy.
buildings.
Don't give it away. It's going to be...
I'm not sure if we're going to find someone to drop ship that, but let's work on it. I love it.
It's fine. We'll drop ship them to my house, fill up a whole room full of squirrel puzzles.
I just imagining the
my
look on your
dream,
wife's
Billy.
face. So just comes
I never had the dream.
full of squirrels. She's like,
I never had the dream, but this is going to be my dream now. I want my own personal...
Squirrel army?
Well, not squirrel arm. I want a puzzle. Let's start with a puzzle.
Let's start with a giant 3D squirrel puzzle.
This was way... I thought it was going to be a really serious episode.
No.
Because I have facts and things, and I thought we're going to do this seriously.
No.
We're going to sound like a serious YouTubers and stuff.
Has that ever happened with us?
No, it hasn't.
No, it hasn't. No.
Maybe one day. That's when...
But not today, Sam.
But not today.
What was the special building that you wanted to focus on, though? Because I know
Maine, have you ever heard of this little country? It's a great country. It's called North Korea.
Yes, I have. Isn't that a place that Donald Trump likes to go visit every once in a while?
Oh, Donald Trump's like his best friend. I think they have the same height issues. And, one is orange.
The other one is always wearing black for some reason. You ever notice that? He's always wearing like the most dark outfit you could possibly imagine.
I don't know, probably because he's fat and at some point in his life...
Slimming.
Yeah, they said because you're fat, so you wear black, so you look less fat. But he is.
But who could be the guy who would tell the leader of North Korea that
probably
he's fat?
YouTuber. Probably a YouTuber, because he's the only person that actually has access to the proper internet.
That's true.
Because they have their own internal internet, and then he's probably the only one that actually can listen to us right now. And if you are listening to us right now, you're fat. Don't nuke us.
Please don't nuke us, North Korea, sang Weird Al Yankovic. But yeah. Anyway.
So what I want to talk about, it's their most unsuccessful project that they ever did. I mean,
besides the entire state of North Korea in general.
Oh yeah. But besides that, we're talking about buildings now.
Yeah.
So their capital is Pyongyang.
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 Yeah.
They have a lot of sort of skyscrapers and monuments that they want to prove that are actually successful in a modern country, which obviously they're not, because they're trying to prove something in a world that you shouldn't prove yourself that you're successful. You're either successful or you're not.
Well, you were saying the last time we talked about like giant dictator dick-waving projects, like the People's Palace. He got the idea from North Korea, so...
Exactly. We're gonna get there. Dude, you're like running miles ahead of my script.
I'm sorry.
Can you not jump on my script? Like, can you read the script next time?
I can't read the script. It's facing away from me.
So the hotel that we're gonna talk about, it's also known as the Hotel of Doom. It's called the Yoroyong Hotel, which is in Pyongyang. Wow, I offended a lot of people.
Your pronunciation is getting a workout.
It is getting a workout. Because it's my Romanian accent with talking into English and then trying to pronounce sort of Asian pronunciation. It's just destroying
through like a wall of dyslexia.
It's great. I love it. I love that I chose this,
right
dude.
now.
I love that I personally decided this is what I wanted to do today. But anyway, fun fact. The building itself, it's built as a pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at it now, it's just a massive glass pyramid with LED lights on it.
If you've never seen it before, it kind of looks like the Shard, but a bit wonky.
Yeah, because so it has 3 wings in it. Like, it has a central column which has 3 wings coming out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Each wing is about 100 meters, and it's about 18 meters wide.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so that is like 5,000 squirrels tall, and 5,000 squirrels tall, and 90 squirrels wide.
Nice.
Yeah.
When you say squirrels wide, are we talking squirrels like?
So you take you know how you put the squirrels up, right?
Yep.
Just put them on the belt.
Oh, okay. So
it's not that hard.
Okay,
this is not that hard.
I was just checking that you were flattening the squirrels, not using the same squirrels in the same position, just wide.
No, because that would be madness.
That would be many more.
That would be madness. There would be so much. Then I had to work out how wide the squirrel is. Actually. You start talking for 2 seconds.
That would be a totally insane thing to do.
You start talking for 5 seconds so I can Google how wide is a squirrel.
I think Andre is going to develop an app soon that will allow you to convert all lengths and measurements into squirrels, up to and including light years. So when we do eventually travel to Alpha Centauri in a generational ship, we will know how many squirrels we pass between here and Earth.
Internet doesn't know. that was.
I gave you so much build up, man, and you just went, nah, sod it. I'll stick it on a graphic later.
I will figure it out.
I'm sure you will, brother. I have complete faith in you.
I will work the circumference of a squirrel and then work out what is one long line of
diameter. Yeah. Do a bit of old classic Pythagoras. Get that in.
I will figure it. I will come back.
I believe Andre when he says this. So when did they start building this thing?
All right, that's where I was going. Any other fun facts before I go into that fun thing? No other fun facts. So basically, the reason they started building this in Singapore, they built the Stanford Hotel in Singapore, and that was at that time the biggest hotel in Asia. And he's like, I'm a dictator. I can do whatever I want. So in 1986,
so
he decided
that'd be the dad of the current one.
Yeah. So he decided in 1986 to build it, and the project started by the South Korean company. No, sorry, the previous one was built by the South Korean company. That's why he got upset. It's like, how dare you?
That makes sense.
Build that.
Yeah.
And then they began the construction on this one in 1987 and got stopped in 1992.
Oh, wow. So 5 years and it still wasn't
completed. No. They just started building it. They did absolutely nothing. Here's the funniest parts about this, right? This is why I kind of chose it. And this is like the best line I ever found on the internet ever. So he was hoping to get this built by foreign investors.
Oh, what?
I'm not even this is not jokes, right? He looked for $230 million
From who?
as investors, right? I assume it was sort of Asian investors because they're like, maybe there's something we can do.
I imagine China has got some guys.
There's in my script, there's an underline says, you look at Billy and say, Billy, you ask me, but Andre, isn't North Korea a dictatorship?
But Andre, isn't North Korea a dictatorship?
Yes, they are. You know how what they promised them in order for them to invest? Because this 230 million, they actually got.
They actually got it?
They actually got it.
No.
So yes.
How? Why?
The government promised them relaxed oversight, allowing foreign investors to operate casinos, nightclubs, and Japanese lounges.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's the only reason they got the money.
Like, a casino in North Korea is kind of insane just by itself, but...
Well, Japanese lounges... Listen, I looked into... Because I'm like, Japanese lounges... Are those brothels? No, they're not.
Oh, they're not brothels.
They're not Initially, I thought maybe that's just a nice way of the internet saying, oh, they offered them to build brothels in North Korea. No, it's just a typical Japanese where you have the hostess that looks after you, entertains you, and it's nothing sexual. Well,
they've got fine lines between like sexual enjoyment and non-sexual enjoyment when it comes to women over there. It's a very, very strange culture, I can't say.
I mean, I can't wait to actually go visit.
Oh yeah, it's going to be great to visit, but
I can't wait.
I imagine I'm going to spend most of my time a bit like, you know, Japanese tourists are always stereotyped as doing over here, just going around with a camera going, wow, that's so interesting. I'm going to take photos of everything. You know,
we're talking with the missus and we were actually planning in a couple of years to go to Japan, and we worked out how much everything costs and all that. Mm-hmm. It's pretty pricey. Yeah. It's pretty pricey. But the idea is we still want to do it.
Yeah.
And she already has a vast list of the things she wants to do. And I'm like, just add it to the budget, add it to the budget. And at this point, I'm like, well, I don't know if we're going in a couple of years.
I'm hoping the yen collapses and makes all this cheaper.
No, I'm like, I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for the flat mortgage to expire so I can remortgage the flat so I can go to Japan.
So about 20 years.
That's how it feels, right?
Just before your retirement.
Okay. So in 1992, the building actually reached its highest point, which is did I actually mention the highest point?
No.
Did I not? What? I actually didn't write it there. Sorry for if you heard me click away. I'm sorry. I just forgot to write that down. How did I forget to write that down? That seems like something really important. It's 330 meters tall, and if I pull out my computer, you do and you go 300.
No, don't reveal your secret calculations, my friend. You don't want to do that.
Why random people would just start quoting me on this?
Yeah, exactly. You might cause something that you might not be able to stop.
So in Squirrel High, we're talking about 16,500 squirrels still.
Jeez, that's still quite a lot of squirrels.
So yeah, there's still a lot of squirrels, even though it's they're red squirrels. They're proper communist squirrels. This ones, so they're working extra hard to make sure.
Is the height of the squirrel affected by those little hats, or do they?
No, the hats. They have to take the hats off in respect of the detector.
Of course,
you can't do that in front of it. We're not gonna wear your hat in front of King John. I think it was Kim Il-sung, which was the first dictator.
Yes, you
can't keep your hats in front of him.
No, I suppose not. No,
that's extremely disrespectful.
Yeah, there's a statue, and you have to take your hat off. I think I'm misremembering Michael Palin, but yeah.
Where was I going with this? So the construction began. They halted the bam. So you know why they stopped the building in 1992?
Did they run out of money?
It was the fall of the Soviet Union.
Oh yeah,
because 1992 the Soviet Union fell.
I just remember my history class. This is bad.
So if we're going now in a little bit of history, because this is part of the building's history, but it's just part of history. After the Second World War, before the Second World War, Korea was, as a country as a whole, it was a colony of Japan. Mm-hmm. So Japan were the Japanese emperor was having autonomy over them.
Yes.
After the Second World War, when America did whatever they did in Japan, Google it.
Lots of things. They did lots of things in Japan.
Yeah, nothing good. Anyway, moving past, they decided that Korea itself needs to be split because Americans wanted Korea, and also the Soviet Union wanted Korea, and the Soviet Union was at that point with China. They both wanted, all three powers wanted. So what they decided, they just did a split down the middle. Well, I think it's on the 38th meridian, if I'm not wrong.
38th parallel or whatever it's called. Yeah.
Parallel or meridian, yeah. So they split it there. And the South, which was given to the Americans, obviously became a, I almost said dictatorship. They didn't. They became Democrats. They became Democrats.
They actually... You might be a little bit off on the history there, because what they actually did was they installed a guy who was, for all intents and purposes, a military dictator.
No, but now it is.
Now it became...
We're talking about now, not what happened. Because we don't have to, how many minutes we're in?
About half an hour.
Yeah, well, we don't have another 3 hours to go through the whole
complete
thing.
history of North Korea is not going to...
That will be like...
But yeah, Korean War happens, bunch of people got bombed. They didn't nuke China because that was a stupid idea. They fired the guy who suggested it. Lots of fighting. They end up back at exactly the same border anyway, so the entire war was pointless.
Yeah, pretty much. And that was 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years, and then dictatorships on both sides until the 80s, I think, when there was a big popular revolution, kicked out a bunch of people, and there was, the military was no longer in charge of South Korea, and then it turned slowly into the people who make Samsung and stuff like that. Now it's
I think Samsung is partially owned by the government as well.
Yes, they have a weird sort of Singaporean fusion of state and business there. It's
I'd still rather buy a Samsung than an iPhone, to be honest.
I like myself a Samsung. I'm a Samsung guy. I've always had Samsung ever since
I'd rather give my information to South Korea than to Americans, to be completely honest with you. There's something about that. Moving past. Bit of history. So when the go on.
Soviet Union fell. Is that what you're going to say?
That's where I was going back to. So when the Soviet Union, but basically what happened with North Korea the whole time when they were North Korea, the Soviet Union basically gave them all the food they needed to survive because they don't have anything there.
Yeah,
they don't have any farming going on. They have nothing, no infrastructure. So when the Soviet Union fell, everything ran out.
Yeah, literally.
Because nobody is there to send you anymore anything. So they had no grains, they had nothing. Absolutely nothing. So that's when in 1992, they had the massive crisis and they just scrapped the project.
Yeah.
They just did not do anything with it.
North Korea is not famous for, stopping dictator projects in order to feed its citizens, but in the 90s, they really didn't have much of a choice because
there was nothing else left.
There was a massive famine. It was bad.
It was absolutely nothing.
Something like a third, I can't remember, was it a third or a quarter of the population died? It was a massive famine.
A lot of people died.
Yeah. And of course, being North Korea, you're not allowed to talk about it anymore.
Well, yeah. You weren't allowed to talk about it.
Then.
No.
I imagine it's not gotten better.
I don't think so. But now the new generations, they're just brainwashed by the previous generations, aren't they? So it's like...
I don't know. When I saw... I mentioned Michael Palin before because he's one of the few travel guys who's actually gotten to go into North Korea and be somewhat not critical. He wasn't allowed to go around criticizing things, but he asked questions that most people wouldn't dare to. Like, he basically got, a couple of the people there, and he's just like, well, what, do you think it's strange that you're not allowed to criticize your government? And the common response is like, well, we just have a different system over here. Don't worry about it. Don't ask any questions, please. Thank you. Bye-bye. They know something's up, but they don't want to be the first person to put their foot in it,
Yeah.
So they have to be very, very careful about what they say.
I don't think they're going to ever have the courage to actually have a proper revolution.
Well, see how things go, man. I mean, you'd be surprised how stuff happens. I mean, no one saw the Arab Spring coming. No one saw, all those revolutions happen. So, and, some of them are still going on today. So,
yeah, well, we'll see. Anyway, let's move away from that.
Yeah.
So when they stopped in 1992, they estimated that they actually spent 750 million.
Eesh, really?
Which is basically 2% of North Korea's GDP. So it was horrible. And then they just left the building. It was basically just a concrete pyramid in the middle.
With no indoor...
There were no windows. There were no window fittings.
Damn.
There were no doors. There was nothing. You could see right through the building. So they did not. They just built it out of concrete and they just left it there. They did absolutely nothing. But around 2008, it was 16 years later in 2008, an Egyptian construction company came
Again,
along.
outside investors.
Yeah, they're never
strange.
them. They're not gonna do. They're not skilled enough. They've been giving a $400 million dollar project to just put windows on it.
Really?
So it's just glass windows.
Wow.
Here's the worst thing about it. Those glass windows, they're reflective, so they made the whole area a lot hotter.
Oh,
just because of the sun hitting
wow.
those windows, because it's
so
just
dumb.
it's a concrete building with reflective windows and just making too many problems. Yeah,
Just pumping heat into the
and
surrounding area.
you're
Good
thinking,
God.
how they know how this Egyptian company. Why would you go there? Like, I know it's 400 million, but why would you go and do it? Well, it's because they had another project to build network towers for them, which fell through. So they thought they're gonna go in there and we're gonna make a killing because nobody else wants to touch them with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
There's a reason nobody wanted to touch them with a 10-foot pole.
Is it because they didn't pay them?
Well,
did I just spoil it?
Spoilers. They did get paid a little bit, but still, they have not get paid enough. And most recently, to just wrap it up, to go back into what it actually is at the moment, they went and installed LED lights in the building, and it's a constant 4-minute video that runs every single day of the creation of the country.
A 4-minute video on repeat.
Every single day. And the top of it is just the North Korean flag. You can, if you lean over, you can kind of see.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just the same video running over and over, and then just the North Korean flag on the top of it.
That would drive me, like, imagine living near a building like that.
I don't think anybody wants to live there, but hey ho, they don't have a choice.
It's like, you know, everyone loves the Legend of King Arthur or whatever, but like if you just projected that on the side of the Houses of Parliament and just like played a 4-minute like short
that's just
history of King Arthur over and over, it's going to drive people mental.
So I'm showing Billy a picture now, right? I told you about the wings and whatever. So you can still see it 7 kilometers away, because there's nothing as tall as this in the whole region. They have skyscrapers and massive buildings, but there's nothing as big as this around.
Yeah, it really stands out.
7 kilometers away, you can still see it. This ugly ass thing.
I think it looks all right. Like, as far as, you know, you can tell it was built by Egyptians because it was very, very pyramid.
Well, no, initially it wasn't built by Egyptians.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, to be fair,
Wow, Billy. Yeah,
that's on me. That's on me. I've made too many jokes about Egyptians. This one.
Yeah, this one was a little just on the edge, right? Another fun fact about this building. It's completely made out of concrete. It does not have steel rebar in between anything, so it's just holding itself on its own weight. It does have some sort of beams in place, but all the concrete that they put into place, which is practically 40 years ago now, it's starting to crumble.
Of course.
So you can see the beautiful glass building, but inside of it, everything is crumbling apart.
Yeah,
because there's nothing holding it together.
Yeah, it's kind of like a metaphor.
And also, if you leave a building for 16 years with no windows and no protective covering,
and it rains in North Korea.
Oh, it does rain everywhere, doesn't it?
It rains everywhere eventually. Even Saudi Arabia gets rain sometimes.
Yeah. So basically, what happened is it's breaking itself from the inside.
Ugh.
So very soon we're gonna see some really cool news.
Yeah,
of it falling apart and being into bits.
That's going to be an interesting thing for the regime to deal with. I wonder how they're going to PR spin that one. I wonder if they're going to blame Americans or something.
Oh, they probably is. Oh, Americans came and did this to us. Well, there's a last one thing there. Their 2004 North Korean government reportedly started to look for a casino operation willing to complete the building. Next year's profits made from buying the casino.
So do they have a casino or not?
No. They're looking for an idiot to go be like, oh, you know what the good idea is? Let's build a casino in North Korea.
I mean, who would be their customers?
Who's going to have money?
Yeah, nobody. That's the point. I mean, it's literally the only people who could go there would be like serious government officials, maybe. But then they probably
and then the dictator can't lose, can he?
Yeah. Like
he's gonna get you shot.
Imagine the dictator who just goes there and loses the entire country's GDP on the table.
Which is like what, a couple of 100 million?
Yeah.
It's not gonna be very hard. It's not gonna be very hard. They don't have much left. Bless them.
Or like crazier scenario, he turns out to be really good at it. Imagine if like Kim Il Sung is like a Kim Il Sung. What was it? Kim Jong Un? Yeah, that guy.
Kim Jong Un. Yeah.
King,
The panda
King
bear.
works better.
King
Jong Un. Yeah, it makes more sense. But imagine if he's just like ridiculously good at poker. Like if he's got like the best poker face in the world.
So and that's how he gonna actually manage to bring the country back.
just.
But at
I'm
this
going
point,
all in.
but at this point, if you look at it, it's like nobody wants to do business with him. He still owes money for those Skodas, right? Was it the Skodas or?
Or what, like a fleet of official cars? Or
Yeah. Was it the Skodas?
I think it was something like that. It wasn't. Was it Skodas or it was something equally like mid-priced?
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
It wasn't like a fleet of Lincoln limousines or something like that. It was just literally some regular cars, and they're still not paying them off.
A hilarious thing. I wrote Kim Jong Un and it's like height, age, wife, brother. We don't talk about.
Oh, is he actually married now? Because I remember like at one point he was like seeing this singer, this like famous North Korean singer, who famous for North Korea standards. Obviously, you don't hear about her over here, but he was not dating, but he was showing up at official events with this woman who already had a husband. I should point out, but he was with her for like a couple of years, and like every time there was like in a parade or the opening of something, she'd be there in like military uniform. And I just wonder what an interesting like headspace it must be being that woman's husband. It's like if I say anything, I'm dead. There's nothing I can do here.
Literally nothing you can do.
Yeah, it's like in Braveheart where the king shows up and was like, I have your wife now, Dave. And it's like, well, what am I going to do? Protest? They're just going to kill me and her.
So there's no point.
Yeah.
Well, and that was my random
exploration of the history and architectural
I'll find an even weirder one next time.
I'm sure you will. I've already have some suggestions, but I want to see what you come up with.
Let me come up with them, because it's like
it's more fun that way.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of, my mind is still kind of blown that they let outside contractors in at all, because like the whole point of
but probably the company is from the outside, but not the employees.
Oh yeah, I expect the employees weren't.
Yeah, because that you can't just bring your own people in there.
No, I suppose
because have you seen people that actually go for tourism there?
Yeah, the visa process is a bit of a pain.
Not just the visa process, is that they have completely built towns where they're just the facades. How you call it in English? It's just the outside of the buildings are made facades.
Yeah. Facade. Yeah, we make different the French. Yeah, more.
The outside of the building look pretty, but there's empty husks. They're just cardboard boxes.
Well, that entire building seems to be the same thing, just made out of concrete.
Pretty much.
Actually, I've got a theory why they built it that shape in particular.
Oh no!
No, because the reason is you said it had like no concrete, no rebar reinforcements or any reinforcements at all. That's why it has to be that shape, because a pyramid is the only shape where you could build.
Oh, pretty much.
It's the most stable like building.
But they didn't
shape.
actually use proper things. They didn't use massive blocks of.
No, what was it? Sandstone? I can't remember what they were actually built out of. But yeah, like. Do you know the original pyramids weren't like stepped?
Yeah, no, because they were matte and they were polished and
they were marbled all the way up. Now they've only got the little capstones, but
they don't have the capstones anymore. Do they still have the capstones?
They still have the capstones on some of them. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's still on the big one.
Yeah,
but if you've never been to the pyramids, man, the pyramids are kind of. I've never actually been, but my dad has a couple of times.
Yeah.
He said he nearly got thrown out of the pyramid for trying to climb the pyramid. But
you're not allowed to.
You're not allowed to climb the pyramid. It's also very difficult to climb the pyramid because most of those blocks are about as tall as you. Like,
I'm strong enough.
Yeah. I'm sure you can pull your own weight up. Like, now try doing it 350 times in a row.
That would be a PB,
with the police chasing you up.
Man, if the policeman can do it behind me, I'm like, I'll respect that. Man.
That's
I'll get out to the top and I'm like, all right, man, let me shake your hand. Well played, good workout. Same again tomorrow.
Yeah, literally. It's the 350 pull-ups. Go. But no, I was really disappointed when I found that out, because as a kid, you think they're smooth on the side, and I'm like, wow. Imagine like going
to the top and just sliding off.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you played any of the Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah.
So the Odyssey is the one that you're in Egypt and where the actual games technically started, as in
they keep going back with that series.
Oh,
man.
it's yes, it's not as good as it used to be.
Yeah,
It's
but remember when the
you know,
future parts seem to have a point?
Yeah, it doesn't anymore.
No, there's just literally no point.
because but it basically finished.
Yeah, I mean, how many more like
There's just-
ancestors do you need to visit?
You have to look at it like this. Does Ubisoft want money? Yes. Another Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
And there's always an idiot buying it, and probably the next one that comes out, Andre might buy it again because it looks cool. It looks cool.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but
so
what settings haven't they used? Like you got to do them. Like,
well, the
for
next one's in
Mongols.
Japan,
The next one's in Japan,
and they have
I
a
thought
black
they'd already done
samurai, and everybody hated it.
Yeah, which is weird.
So
because it was-
historically, there was one black samurai.
Yeah.
So right, historically, the story is completely wrong. Allegedly, from I haven't properly read the Black Samurai story, and I haven't seen how the story is in Assassin's Creed. But allegedly, for people that really cared about this, not me, somebody else, they were hating on the internet like crazy.
Yeah, most of those people were just sort of kind of racist.
I mean, just let it happen. See what happens. I mean, if it's bad, after we all played it, we're gonna all be shouting, it's bad, don't play it. But give everybody else a chance. I want to see what they're doing with it. And they're changing the... Well, I'm not talking... where I started. I started with Assassin's Creed Odyssey. We're not gonna go in video game conversation. That's the difference.
No. That's still fun to talk to. I mean, you can't get mad at the Assassin's Creed games for being, a bit fictional with their
They're
history
100% fictional, man.
Yeah.
You don't look at them and be like, who should be accurately telling us about history? Ubisoft. The people that want money should be accurate about history.
Yeah,
Come on.
It's not. I'm
Just
pretty
get
sure
over
that
it.
Leonardo da Vinci did not have a good friend called Ezio who came by to use
You
his
don't know that
inventions.
they're assassins, man. How would you know that? I shouted in the microphone. I got very passionate.
That's
about
right.
it.
I'll hit you for it later.
So, where was I going with this? Odyssey, you could literally climb the whole pyramid. At the end, instead of doing your Assassin's Creed jump like a falcon, go down the building, you were sliding down the building.
That's cool.
That was pretty
that's
cool. And it was worth it. But the worst part about it was it took you about good 3 minutes to climb the thing. So,
it's realistic.
So it's
realism in video games.
You were just holding up for 3 minutes, and you're like, well, I want to go there, but at the same time, I don't want to do this, but I want to be there.
They did that on purpose.
I think they did it on purpose because otherwise I can't explain why they did it.
No, it has to. Okay, this is what it feels like to try and climb the pyramid, asshole. Have fun with
so
that.
So the building was actually smooth in Odyssey.
Yeah, I suppose it would be in those times. Yeah.
Oh, it's not that far back though.
No,
if you look at it.
Well,
because I think that
Egyptian times is like basically about as far back as we have records for. So with the I don't think they nicked all the marble from it until the Arab invasion of the 700s or something like that.
So maybe it's sort of accurate.
Yeah. I imagine they would still have the marble there because it wasn't until they built the Great Cairo Mosque that they nicked all the marble because that's what the mosque is built out of. And the Great Cairo Mosque, by the way, is gorgeous. It's a beautiful building.
Yeah, you know what was gorgeous before that? The pyramid.
Yeah. That's true. They were. Yeah, ancient cultures built a lot of really, really cool and interesting stuff that we just sort of either buried or destroyed or
if you look at the Middle East right now, anyway.
Yeah, the Middle East used to be the center of all culture, and then the Mongols happened to just burn the whole place to the ground.
Yeah, well, they burned Europe. The Mongols, they burned everything.
They burned literally everything.
The Mongols reached all the way to Transylvania.
Yeah,
they reached just think
they
about it.
invaded Poland and killed the king and all sorts of stuff.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? Right, like things like this that in history you wouldn't imagine, like the Vikings going all the way down to Constantinople and becoming the vanguard.
Yeah,
I'm like, what?
Vikings went everywhere, man.
They're ridiculous. I love Vikings.
The thing is with Vikings is because they were from a different country. They weren't involved in local politics.
Yes,
so
they wouldn't care.
Yeah,
oh,
so they
pay me
couldn't be
now.
bought.
I killed that guy. Pay me now.
Yeah.
You want me to kill new guy? No problem. Pay me now.
Yeah, pay me the money. I'll go kill that guy and ravage his household or whatever, and then I'll come back.
Can I keep the wife? Okay, cool. Thanks, man.
Probably.
Thanks, man. But can you pay me as well?
Did the Vikings do slavery? I never looked into that. I'm
I'm
pretty
sure they did.
They must have done some slavery.
Well, the slavery, like everybody's thinking slavery started with Africa. No, it's actually started with Europe. Because we enslaved Europeans before we enslaved.
Yeah, it was cool.
I say we like
we were there.
Like I actually had a cut into this.
I did not know that you were the king of Transylvania.
So the people that used to live in sort of the Transylvania area, well, the Romans enslaved most of the people from there.
Yeah.
So it's been since then, and before that, the other people that they found in their ways, they just enslaved everything.
Yeah, and even before like that, really, like even though tribal societies and stuff were sort of around, there was still like some sort of a bit of a slavery thing going on there.
Yeah, a little bit on the side.
Yeah,
you need a bit of.
We
money.
just used to call it something different. We just used to call it being a serf. You know?
Oh yeah, true.
I wonder though. I'm just thinking, like, because where the Mongols invaded, they've got basically like to like the east, like the western sort of border of Poland, and then they turned and went south.
Yeah.
And decided to mess up everyone else's day down there.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's why there's like kind of a divide between like what's considered Western and Eastern Europe. I wonder if because Western Europe has historically been less.
It's probably more of a geographic thing than that thing.
Yeah, you're probably right.
It's probably more of a geographic thing because I think there's the Carpathian Mountains also that go through there, and geographically it would make a sort of difference and easier for you to split everything into.
Yeah, and the climate must be different past the mountains because all the warm air.
Well,
something like that.
So Romanian climate, for example, because we like Transylvania itself, it's sort of inside the Carpathian chain, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like where the Carpathian Mountains come from north, and then it takes an upside down L shape, well, the wrong way around L shape, sort of, and then Transylvanian's weather. It's quite pleasant, as in warm summers and really cold winters. Mm-hmm. If you like cold winters, it's pleasant.
Well, if you like snow,
I mean, it snows.
I like snow.
I haven't seen snow in a while.
Yeah,
last time I seen snow in this country, the whole country stopped.
Yeah, it was awful.
It was ridiculous.
I had to take a motorbike home from the hospital that day. It took me 3 hours.
It was great.
Yeah, like if anyone's ever ridden a motorbike in the snow, firstly, don't ride a motorbike in the snow. You can't do it. Yeah. It doesn't work.
Secondly, it's the UK. You wouldn't have winter tires.
No.
I have the same pair of tires.
I wouldn't even have space for winter tires on that bike because it would just,
Well, I mean, yeah, you would have them in the garage, but if you were at the hospital, how are you gonna change that?
See, like a bunch of the managers were smart and they just rented like a fancy hotel and got drunk, but. Because they were going to come in the next day anyway.
That's a fun time.
But I'm like, no, I can make it home to my lovely partner and my lovely warm house. I'm going to make it. And like 3 hours later, I'm trying to push the bike up like a 2% incline and it keeps sliding down and knocking my feet out. And I'm like, this was a bad idea. And then some like little old lady's like, you should get out of the road, Sonny. And I'm like, really?
No,
thank you
really.
so much.
I was planning to stay here for a couple of hours. Thanks, love.
That was literally after I just face planted the bloody snow again. And I'm like, and it's just like this. You should get out of the road. Like, thanks. Do you want to give me it? No, you don't. Okay, you're walking off. Okay, right, fine.
Goodbye.
Okay,
see you later.
Yep, little old lady. Thank you very much for that.
Okay.
You're right about the snow, though. The snow screws up the UK so bad. It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
You don't have permanent snow, so you wouldn't know what to do with it. And then they throw way too much salt. So every time I see sort of a faint sign of snow in this country, they pull out. I don't even think it's salt. It's the other stuff.
Grits.
Whatever they throw on the ground. I have to go and get my car washed underneath.
Yeah.
So it snowed like this year, right? At the beginning of the year, it snowed for a minute.
Like 1 minute.
For 1 minute, but the whole country froze over. I did air quotes because it froze over. So as soon as that happened, everybody started taking out all this. It's not even. I don't even think it's salt. It's some other sort of white product.
It's this weird stuff they get out of quarries. I'm not sure if it's just grit. That's what we call it.
This is what my brother told me. It's like, oh, it's this product that they're using, and he gave me the whole explanation, the whole shebang, and I'm like, okay, cool. So I had to go and wash the underneath of the car with the pressure washer to make sure I take all of this shit off the car so it doesn't rust over.
And it will rust your shit really, really, especially since they're not painted for it.
They're not ready for. I mean, mine has an extra layer of protection between the chassis and everything else because it's hybrid. So I don't want to get electrocuted, so they put that in.
That's nice.
That's nice of them, right?
It's a good comfort, quality of life feature.
Yeah, but yeah, snow in this country.
Well, hopefully we're probably not going to see it for the. Although I did. No, that was a dream I had. Never mind. I thought I remembered snow. No, it's just literally that little flurry from January, and it was about.
That's it. Yeah. You're never going to see it again.
No, not going to see it for another 5 years, probably.
Well, it's 3 years between this one and the last, so.
Yeah, I suppose it was, but like that actually, the one 3 years ago was actually a bit better than that. It was proper snow for like a second there.
Did you hear that in the other room?
I did. I think that's it's the announcement bell.
Is it the announcement bell?
It's the announcement bell that we have run out of time, and Andre's cats are now like they're fighting a battle for survival against the elements.
Yeah.
They're
They're starving. I only fed them 4 times today. Bless them. I'm such a bad carer for cats, man.
Speaking of slavery, how is your master?
Well, in the other room, meowing at me.
All right. Should we kill it there?
Yeah, we can quickly. Well, we don't kill anything in this house.
No killing.
No killing.
That was a
We
joke.
can leave it there.
We'll leave it there. Yes.
So on that note, this was Andre, and that is Billy over there.
No, it's not.
Okay,
It's actually John now.
John.
No, I'm Billy, and we are signing off.
All right, guys, have a good one.
Have a good one.
Next time.
Fingers in their brains, they go round and round again. I said a figure